I was the one that was breaking my marriage. At the time, I was convinced that she was the problem. Now I see it clearly. It was me. I just couldn't see it then. And this was the moment that everything began to change. I had let years of resentment dictate my decisions. I justified it, and I blamed her. I told myself I was protecting my happiness, my peace, but I was slowly destroying our marriage.
April, my wife, was hoping and trusting that God would bring me back. And I don't even know why she would want me back after I abandoned her. Well, actually, I do know why. But I didn't know it at the time.
What God did next changed everything. He started with her. So while I was blaming, she was still praying for me. And while I was holding on to resentment, she was letting all of it go. She never stopped believing that restoration was possible, and that still humbles me.
While I was fighting for control, April was giving her control to Jesus. And I mean, just giving her whole life to him. She was praying for me when she had no earthly reason to.
April trusted him. She followed him. He told her to wait for me. And even though it was incredibly difficult for her, she did. I followed no one, lost in my selfishness.
I mentioned in episode 3 that her kindness slowly began to just melt my walls. It wasn't overnight. It was little by little, day by day, prayer by prayer.
Yeah, she was actually praying for me every single day. I can't even imagine how difficult that was for her. She knew I was lost. She was asking God to bring me back. A broken man. And God wasn't just working in her. He was working in me, even when I couldn't see it. I started really emptying my heart at counseling. I was asking hard questions. Why I needed control. Why I shut down. Why I got angry. Why I avoided vulnerability.
I learned where my fears came from, and my pride, and why I was so good at building walls. I became healthier, stronger, and better in many ways. But I was still locked in that prison cell. Something big was missing.
The cornerstone, the foundation, Jesus. I had built my life on a weak foundation. My life was built on selfish desires. Instead of trying to please my wife, it was all about what she could do to please me. I was my own king, and I was building my own prison, one brick at a time, where I could rule in complete isolation.
I finally just gave up on our marriage. I told April, it's over. And then, months later, in that really lonely apartment, with my Bible open and tears just rolling down my cheeks, I made a choice.
I finally put him back where he belonged. At the center. God never takes the passenger seat, even if you offer it to him. He's the driver. The book of Joel says, God restores even the wasted years. And he did. Not just months, not moments, not just years or decades. All the time I thought was gone and worthless, he restored. My therapy before and during our separation was changing me, making me a better person.
I can remember after our separation, when I was with my therapist, just telling her how amazed I am at all the changes I made without God in my life over these past several months. And just imagine what I can do with Him. And as those words were coming out of my mouth, I made such an incredible realization.
I didn't do any of it myself, even when I thought I did. Jesus was still working in my life. All that time, while I was building my walls to keep him out. He knew I would come back, and he was faithful when I wasn't. I thought those positive changes I was making in therapy were for me, but in reality, they were for us, for my marriage and my legacy. God was using the time I wasted to make us better. Both of us were better as individuals now, and that isn't all. He rebuilt what I had broken and healed what I had ignored and let die. He never broke his part of our marriage covenant, even when I treated it like a piece of trash, floating aimlessly in some dark, lonely alley. Worthless. He kept it safe. Doing nothing almost destroyed us. Silence, avoidance, comfort, pride, they all take footholds in destroying what is so valuable. And that's what kills relationships. Not one big mistake, but thousands of small ones.
And choosing to fight for it when it seems there's nothing left to fight for, that's what saves them. And the really good news is that all you have to do is ask God, and He's going to do all the heavy lifting for you.
We're back together now. Stronger, healthier, and closer than we've ever been.
Not because of anything wonderful or great about us, but just because we chose to fight for it. First April, and then me. And only then because of God.
It's the way it should be now, because there are 3 of us in this marriage. April, me, and the most important part, Jesus.
We didn't go back to our old marriage at all. We were given a brand new one.
Built on honesty and humility. Built on faith. I'm honest here when I say that the life that April and I have now is so much better than it has ever been before. Because now we live not to please ourselves. We live to please each other. If you're hurting, He sees you. He knows you're lost, and He's waiting. I still can't believe all He's done for me. And if He did it for me, if He did it for my marriage, then rest assured, He can also do it for you.